Hello everyone and welcome back to Ben's Bricks. My name is Ben and welcome to Ask Ben episode 3. So today I've got a question from Rick that I'll be answering and a couple others that I've come up with myself. So the question that Rick is asking is about security tags on boxes. So I don't have I can't find any boxes security tags, but I found this box here. It's got a sticker on here. So let's just pretend that this is a security tag. So in regards to like reselling these, I think these are probably better done on Amazon for a couple of reasons. So I think the first reason is that people who buy on Amazon, in my opinion, unless they're buying from Amazon themselves, they're probably not going to be the biggest Lego super fans in the world and therefore probably not care about the boxes that much. And the reason why I say this is because I find, usually from my experience of selling on Amazon, is that I can sell things on there at a much higher price than I could on somewhere like eBay. And Amazon's also very good with, whilst they are very good with returns, you can also sort of claim it as, if a customer's sent it back claiming it's damaged, you could then potentially claim that it's Amazon that's damaged it. So what I would do in this case is, again, let's say it's a security tag sticker, I would be sending this into Amazon and then putting a sticker over the top. Now, I don't have a sticker with me that I use for Amazon, but stickers are roughly this big, so this is like a 4x6 plate, so that's roughly the size. Maybe it's more like a 4x7 plate, but like roughly the size of a sticker. I'd literally just put that straight over the top of the other one or straight over the top of the security tag. I think for the most part people won't really know that the set has come from a third party seller rather than Amazon, because I don't believe that a lot of people know that. So you stick it over the top, and if someone wants to peel it off and see underneath it has a security tag sticker, they'll probably just think it's part of like Amazon's process or procedures. But then I know, like, I've had experience with like eBay before where I sold a I think it was a microfighter. I think it had like a young Anakin Skywalker in it. But anyway, I sent it off, I bubble wrapped it and sent it off, and then I sold it for probably about £10-12, and someone literally came back claiming that the box arrived all smashed and damaged, and so I had to send them like probably half their money back. Like, that was just ridiculous. Saying I'm a collector, I'm this, I'm that, you sent me a bad box. You know, in the back of my mind I was like, if you're a real collector, why are you collecting microfighters a month after they came out? Like, I thought it was a load of rubbish and he was just trying to get it for cheap, and he didn't actually give a shit about the box when he was saying he did. But yeah, so I think if you ever have a box that's not 100% mint, I would always try and sell that on Amazon where you can, especially if you're doing fulfillment by Amazon, because again it goes back to the point that I made earlier where I don't really believe that a lot of people understand that they're actually buying from someone like you or me on Amazon rather than Amazon themselves. So yeah, like overall I think Amazon's probably the best place to sell a set that's got other little stickers and stuff on. I mean, I would always, before I do sell this, I would always try and peel this sticker off. Like, if I started to peel it and I saw like a tiny bit of box coming away, I'd just make sure the sticker's stuck back down nice and tightly, and I'd just stick over the top of it. But yeah, I'd always give it a try, see if it comes off nice and easily, but you know, sort of probably 7-8 times out of 10 it won't. So I'd just literally sticker over the top, because you've got to sticker the set for Amazon anyway. Now, unless you're going to bubble wrap them and stick over the top of that, then you've got to stick on the box really. But the only sets I've ever bubble wrapped that I've sold on Amazon was when I sold the gingerbread houses last year, because obviously they're an £85 set that I was selling for, I think, 125 to 135. Like, the price fluctuated a little bit over the days I sold them. But for a set that I'm selling for that much, I don't want to risk Amazon, you know, giving it a little dent and having a refund from that, and then not being able to sell it, and then having to struggle a little bit with getting Amazon to refund or, you know, give me my profits for that set. So for something like that, I made sure I probably put it in 3 or 4 layers of bubble wrap, and I obviously then put the sticker over the top of that. But I wouldn't really recommend that you need to bubble wrap sets, because, you know, strictly speaking, if you send in say like 10 of these and they're all in mint condition, if it then goes out to the customers and it gets damaged, that's Amazon's fault, that's not you. If when you put it in that box and send it off to Amazon's fulfillment center, if it's in good condition then you've done your bit. If it gets damaged in transport to Amazon or anywhere from when it lands at Amazon to the moment it lands at the customer's doorstep, then that's all on Amazon, so you don't need to worry about that. You just need to make sure you take pictures of the conditions you've left the sets in. So the next question I'm going to get into is Prime Day. So obviously that's just happened, and whether I thought it was a flop or not. So overall I think there were some really good deals on for Amazon Prime Day. I'm trying to remember, I know like the Dark Trooper attack set, I think that was £15. I know there was the cargo train at £108. That was probably the best one actually, I think, because Amazon have now sold out on that, and I'd imagine they won't get any back. So it's selling for 108. It's now selling for 157. Obviously with the fees, there's not actually that much profit in it. So for me, when I sell on Amazon, I've always got to make 30% ROI. And if I bought some at 108, which was the price on Prime Day, and sold them for what they're at now, which is around 156, 157, then I would have made only about 20%, so it wasn't really worth it for me. But overall, I think like the Prime Day deals were good, but from an investment standpoint, they were really shit because you couldn't buy more than one. Look, I've got 2 Amazon accounts that I can use, so I could have bought 2, but I didn't actually buy any Amazon Prime Day deals. I didn't think they were good enough. Especially with the lower amounts you could buy. I did consider buying a cargo train for £108, but I thought I'd probably have to wait till Christmas to sell it, and there'll probably be quite a few other people selling it, and the new one's out, and if I could have got 10, then I probably would have done it because it was a really good price. But yeah, I think just for one, for me it was just too much hassle for what wouldn't have been the best returns in the world. But yeah, I'd say like overall, if you're looking for sets as a collector, Prime Day was probably really good. If you're looking at sets as an investor, it wasn't really worthwhile. And next question is going to be, are all Lego stores the same? So if you've seen my TikTok, you'll probably know that I'm on a mission to visit every Lego store in the country. I've done probably around 75% of them already, but I haven't recorded in them. I didn't get my Lego passport stamp, so I'm going to do every single one again. But from my experience so far, I'd say actually they're pretty different, and you get quite a different experience in each one. So I went in Birmingham the other week, and the pick a brick wall was amazing. They had the custom minifigure printing station, that was brilliant, but the staff were really rude. I went to check out, and the guy couldn't have been ruder, although he did forget to put through, I don't know what it's down here. I bought this because it was on sale for a tenner. It was just a battery box, and he didn't put it through, so I got that for free. So I can't complain about that. But honestly, I've never seen such a uninterested Lego employee in all of my life. So my closest store is Southampton. I go there quite often, really, and it's a small store and there's nothing great. The pick a brick wall in there is always shit, but the staff are amazing. The staff are really, really good. And also with the Birmingham one, the pick a brick wall was actually filled to the very top. Usually they've just got printouts of bricks, but they actually had bricks in there, so that was really cool. So yeah, overall I don't think Lego stores are the same. So if you ever get the opportunity to visit different ones, I definitely would. I'm 100% going to visit all of the ones in the UK. I'd like to say within the next 12 months. I need to make sure I go to the Watford one soon because that's going to close down. I know Leicester Square's reopening next month with their refurb. And there's also one opening in Ireland, I think it's in Dublin. So that'd be really cool to go to as well. And then also I'll make sure I'll probably, fly up to Scotland for a couple of days to do Glasgow and Edinburgh. But yeah, I'm really excited to do that. But no, Lego stores from my experience are really not the same. They're quite different. And I think it's actually a bit of a problem for Lego. I don't think you get a consistent experience in each store. I understand the minifigure printing stations you probably couldn't fit in a store like Southampton, and that's fine. But I mean more the experience from the staff. The experience I had at the Birmingham Centre was awful. I'm really happy with it from the fact that the pick a brick was so good, and they've a decent stock availability, and I got a free battery box. But yeah, overall I think it was a really disappointing experience if that pick a brick wall wasn't so good. the staff are really poor. So I think from a business standpoint, Lego needs to make sure that they're actually providing the same service, and you can expect the same thing from each store, because from my experience so far, and it's not just the Birmingham and Southampton ones, it's, you know, so many different ones I've been to, the experience is really quite different. Final question for this week's video is actually probably the one that I'm most excited about. It's talking about, is it worth opening a physical Lego store, like your own brand one? So I thought about doing this before, and I think it'd be great. I believe it really would be worthwhile. I think Lego is such a popular brand that you'd be able to pull, you know, quite a lot of people in, whether they're fans or not fans of Lego. I think, you know, actual fans of Lego would probably travel quite far to come and see your store if it's, you know, half decent. I think it's a great way to build like a bit of a community, because I think like selling Lego online is great, and obviously like if you think about it, you probably want to be running an online business in this day and age. But I think with Lego you could really do quite well with a little Lego store, because I know if I ever go somewhere that's like, you know, more than say like 100 miles away from home, I'm going to be looking for like, are there any independent Lego stores around there that I can visit? And I'd rather visit one of them than an actual Lego store, because they're always going to have cool sets. You know, they have retired sets. A lot of them have like sort of like a pick a brick wall, but usually in a table, and you just sort of sort through, and they've got loads more different pieces. But yeah, I think overall it's definitely something I want to do. But I think it's definitely worthwhile opening a physical Lego store. I think the hardest part of it would just be building up enough of an inventory before you start. Obviously once you start, you can sort of run it like a, say like a CEX. So people bring in Lego sets instead of games, and you buy them and sell them on for a higher price. And I think like pre-owned sets would probably be a really good way of doing it. Also, like just buying bulk bricks, you know, when people sell off bulk loads of Lego that they've had or their kids have grown out of, just run it through the washing machine, put it out on your table, and I'm sure that'll sell loads. You know, old sets, minifigures, all that sort of really cool stuff I think would be really good. As well as obviously having some new sets out. And, you know, I'd even question, obviously, to be able to have an account with Lego themselves and buy at the Lego price, you need to spend an awful lot of money. But I don't even think you need to do that. You just need to wait till places sell this. I buy this for like £24, and obviously the retail value is 35, so that's profit on there like that. And, you know, you then get John who wants to sell this set, so you buy it off him for 40 quid and you resell it for 70 quid. You know, so I think overall a physical Lego store for me personally is 100% worth it, and something I definitely want to do probably within like the next 5 years, I want to say. Because I wouldn't say that shop rent is that much. You know, I've looked near me for a decent sized shop, probably looking between like £1,500 and £2,000 a month. And I think, you know, realistically, to even just to make enough money to cover that rent is fine, because then it could give you somewhere to run your Bricklink stores, your online stores. So I don't think like that the physical Lego store should ever be done by itself. You need an online presence as well, 100%. But the physical store could almost pay for the rent to be able to store things like, you know, your Bricklink store and whatever else. I think overall it would be really, really worth it. I think also another big thing would be the marketing of it. I don't think you need to spend money on marketing. I think you use TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all the social media platforms. You post, you know, 3 times a day, you post loads of stories, you do offers, giveaways, all that sort of great stuff on your social media, and that'll really start to drive traffic in for you. Obviously, you leave the relevant links on your social media to your website, to your Bricklink store and whatever else. But yeah, overall, I think owning a physical Lego store is a really exciting opportunity. I don't think there's enough of them around, and at least in the UK. And I think it's definitely something that I want to do in the future, and I definitely think there's a lot of money to be made in them. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Thank you all for watching. If anyone's watched this far, please leave a comment below and give me some questions to answer for next week. I'll see you in the next one.